It don't matter. Okay, so um, this is my first vlog. I am starting this vlog campaign so that I said campaign. I don't know why I said campaign. I'm tired. It's 2 o'clock in the morning, but I want to get this done because every single day, let me get comfortable. Okay. So every day I tell myself that I'm going to vlog every day. And like now that I'm seeing this, after today, I will try to vlog from my phone because this the quality, I don't know if the algorithm is gonna push this. I'm hoping that because I'm being authentic that this video get pushed through. But anyway, um I actually took the liberty of pulling some questions because one of the reasons I hadn't vlogged is because I didn't know what to talk about. And I'm used to talking to people by doing interviews, and I'm like, I ain't got nobody to talk to. So, first question is why did you decide to start documenting your rebuild now instead of waiting until everything was successful? Well, multiple reasons. I started documenting now because I should have started 7 months ago. I left home. Home was Houston at the time on January the 13th. No. January the 15th. I bought my ticket on January the 13th to visit Asia, and on the 15th I actually left, and I haven't been back. I haven't left this country since I landed. I've been to different cities within the country, but I actually have not went back home at all since January. Um, I found myself I didn't realize that you can have PTSD. I realized you can have it from an accident, but I didn't realize you can have PTSD from life. And so um, the environment that I found myself in was just not conducive for my healing and creating. And so I just needed to go somewhere where I could feel safe. So, backing up about the title, My Estranged Husband Sent a Hitman to My House. Yeah, so he told me after we were married that the guy that he just told me was his best friend was actually a hitman, and that his original plan was for them to bogart me out of my home. And I don't know if the plan was to take over my family, take over my accounts, take over my business. I have no clue. But after his friend got killed, he really couldn't stick to whatever they had planned. But it's a lot to unpack that I won't actually unpack on the internet because a part of me selling my book, starting over, becoming a creative director for these communities and magazines, which I'll talk about later, is I have to hire some lawyers. I need to hire attorneys, and I have to get help um, so that I can properly protect myself and my business and my children, and which my kids are grown, but just like protecting their legacy because that's what everything is all about for me at this point. So I'm doing this now because I should have done it 7 months ago. I thought that maybe he would file the divorce since he was living with another woman and was sporting a wedding ring, but no, I don't know what his plan is. And the last thing I would want is for him to still be able to successfully rob me. So I absolutely have to get this divorce. And I want to show that you don't have to have a lot to get started. As long as you have your mind, if you lose everything in a day, you can start over, you can rebuild because things come and go. But what you invest in yourself, that ultimately will outweigh the test of time. And so I really want to encourage people to keep reading, keep writing, and keep investing in yourself. And I think this is more important now than ever before in history. And so I needed to do today what I keep saying I will do tomorrow. So, my next question that I'm asked is when you say you're rebuilding differently, what does differently actually mean? And mean in your everyday life. So rebuilding differently in my everyday life now that I'm an empty nester in a new country where I can't use other people as my excuse because I've been a mom for 27 years plus. And I say plus because I had nieces and nephews that I would look after before I ever had my first son. And so um, life for me now is different because I get to pour into myself first. And I didn't know what that felt like. I became a mom at 13, and everybody just like forgot that I was actually my age. And so it was just like, well, you got a kid, you're an adult now. And it's like, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. But I didn't know that until about 2 years ago when I started working at a middle school in Houston. And I'm like, oh my God, I was crying. I was actually in my was I in my classroom? I can't remember if I was in my classroom or if I went home, but I just remember thinking like if one of my students came into my room pregnant, it would break my heart. And it's a chance that I might like, is this a CPS case? Cause what the hell? That's so young. But it was normalized back then. Not saying that anybody condoned it from the start. It was just like something that happened, which maybe I'll tell the details at another time. Today is not it. Um, but I pour into myself first is the main thing that's different because I always had the heart of pouring into other people. I still absolutely love and find fulfillment in pouring into other people. But first, I fill my own cup and then I give the communities the overflow. So, the ultimate butterfly effect is that, and why is that the life you're into? Okay, so the ultimate butterfly effect is just simply instead of like one thing just happening, what if you created one thing good? Like hold the door open for people, say something nice, give compliments, send a gift. You might not can buy a dinner for someone, but get them a coffee. Just what if you were that one positive change in somebody's life and they say because of you I didn't XYZ that could have been negative. And so just being kind actually costs nothing, and so many people refuse to do it, which is odd to me because it's like you spend more energy being mean or nasty or evil. And so it's like actually it's easier to be kind unless you're like told or have to be kind to an asshole. That can be very difficult, but doing the right thing can be rewarding in God's eyes, in my opinion. So, two habits that I let go of, and what new habits am I replacing them with? So, I let go somewhere along the line over the last 2, 3 years ago. I picked up this habit of feeling like I needed to be validated around people that I knew in God green earth would not see my vision, couldn't see my vision, that we were of totally opposite mindsets. And for whatever reason, I kept feeling the need to be validated. Technically, I would say that because before me and my husband were actually together, he was literally my biggest cheerleader for 23 years. And so that was the thing that he knew to do. He knew to the words of affirmation. I didn't know it at the time. And so a part of what his whole ideology or plan to do, because my husband actually met me when I was 16 and he mentally befriended me. Oh, and not just mentally, he actually befriended me for like 23 years, and pretended to be my friend, which I'll get into that story, which is crazy, wild, and embarrassing. But I'm like a lot less embarrassed. I'm sure I'll still get backlash, but after hearing Oprah tell her embarrassing story of how she was with the guy, and then after like finding out she's from my grandfather's hometown, which is like this big, and most people from Mississippi they know it, but they've never been there. I'm just like, you know what, this is a confirmation that I'm just gonna put myself out there because yeah, it's embarrassing, but my good for our ways, the stupidity of marrying this person. And I still learned a lot, honestly. I learned a lot about relationships, friendships, myself, um, and life. And so I don't take a lot for granted. But long story short, on the husband tip, or the guy that I married, because he was never actually my husband, but yeah, he was a convicted murderer. I don't know if I'm actually murdering anybody, but um, the charge that he went to jail for was murder. And then, like, this year, since being in Asia, I actually like went to look up to see, like, to look into his record. And to be honest, I can't even say what all his other charges were, because there were so many that I didn't know about. After seeing all those mugshots, I just closed my computer, because I'm like, this is about to get so embarrassing. It felt like that Risa Tisa, who the F that I married type of thing, which I don't even know her story exactly, but I just know it was wild. And it's like, okay, I'll get ready for this whenever that part come. But let me lawyer up first. Okay, so let's see. What am I life am I intentionally creating? So I'm intentionally building community, starting off online, starting off interactive online, which is very particular because I don't want followers. I want an interactive community. So I'm not looking to have super high numbers, because I know that most people just want to watch, and I'm looking for people that actually are interested in engaging. If there's somewhere you're trying to like push something you're trying to push past mentally, if there's a way that I can help or help you strategize, like, drop in the comments what you're trying to overcome or get through. And I would love to create content around ways to help, because I'm really great at not just saving myself, but I'm actually great at guiding others on how to save them their self, because my story is important, and I know it's going to help some people heal, but it's not actually going to be the thing that get you over your hump. And so I would rather know what your story is, what your hopes, dreams, and what's blocking them are, so that I could actually showcase my gift, which is strategy. And so that's very intentional. This is all very intentional with me, because I want to create a community that I can help, because I feel a lot more fulfilled when I'm giving back. And although um, technically they say, like, oh, don't say I too much, this season is a lot of I. But at least when I have a lot of I, especially after all the hell that I've been through, I thank God that I pray to be living proof that you can go through some really, really, really messed up stuff and still choose to be a good person. Because the whole thing about my marriage was, it was all set up just to try to break me, to as like a power grab. And I'm not gonna lie, I was really angry for the last couple months, when I really sat and had to process. My therapist, like, oh, you need to work on forgiveness. And I'm thinking I probably should go to the other side of earth if I have to think about the things that I have to forgive and the people that I have to forgive. And then it's like I went through this angry stage of like realizing that the main forgiveness was to myself, because I really have been super hard on myself for even allowing myself to be in this position. But I actually had to calm down and realize that if for whatever reason I found myself in this position, there clearly was not just something to learn, but a lot to learn. And so I thank God for all of the lessons that I got from this, because at the end of the day, I am still alive. And I don't really know if that was the plan for me. It was, when I look at the facts, it get really grim and questionable. And so, like I said, I'm going to talk to an attorney. Um, so two habits is, I'm like, I let go of seeking outside validation, and something else is like I got to get back on my organization, because I found myself just like kind of sitting stuff around and floating. And so I had to like, I'm purging and reorganizing my life. And so that's number two on what am I replacing it with. And um the new habit is this. It's like vlogging, getting on here and attempting to vlog daily as I rebuild. Um, and I can get like more comfortable on camera. And after I do it on my phone, I feel like once I see it look better, I'm sure that'll help. I don't know if I'm gonna watch this video. I feel like it's gonna be kind of cringy. Uh, let's see. What does your life look like today? And today that it didn't look like a few years ago. So, what does your life look like today that it didn't look like? Okay, so a few years ago, it was me and my goddaughter. She is like eight now. She's born in 18, something like that. And so it was me and my goddaughter. We had just moved to Houston, Texas from Dallas. Well, from Fort Worth. Let me be clear because I never lived in Dallas. I'm a Fort Worth girly. And people from Dallas have a lot to say about Fort Worth. But the thing is, when you live in Fort Worth and you're not from there, you get the best of both worlds because you're not afraid to go outside the bubble. So me and my goddaughter, we would get dressed up and we would go to happy hours. That's my little broke bestie. You can find us at Willie G's over by the Houston Galleria because she's like the hamburger literally everywhere we go. As long as they have a burger and fries on the menu, she is happy. And she put a little glass of water in a wine glass, and I'll try whatever I want to try on the menu. And life was not great, but it was definitely different. I wasn't actually planning on getting married. That was something that happened technically, and this is a fault of my own. Like I really thought that as my friend that he would be more helpful to himself and to me, and so I'm like I needed some help. Like my oldest goddaughter had left her daughter with me like COVID 2020. And so for about 6 years, I was a single mom to an outside child, which I absolutely love and don't regret. But it was definitely a lot. My middle son was gearing up to go to college. My youngest son had just moved back to St. Louis. And I was thinking that, okay, well, I'll be able to get a little bit of relief um, and build this family. And today, all of my sons are in America. My goddaughter is back with her blood family. My who was my friend, the guy I married, is up there somewhere doing God knows what, well, who knows who. And it's just me over in Thailand saying, like, okay, now that everybody else is gone, who am I and what do I want? And I am actually at a point of not just kingdom building, but releasing a lot of my artistic and creative sides that I've suppressed for about 40 something odd years. Very excited. Like I picked up a paintbrush after 20 years and I've been painting again. I've been singing, I've been dancing, I've been writing. Um, I've been meditating. I got to get better with meditating. Like, I'm not the best meditator, but I do take time every single day with God in one way, shape, or form. That's been something that's been consistent for years, for the last like 2, 3 years since I got to Houston. Everything that kind of like was designed to put me in the fire really put me closer to God, and I'm really thankful for that. So the kind of community that I'm hoping to build and who am I hoping to feel at home? I'm looking to build, like I said, interactive online communities that meet on and offline. That's the first phase. It's like online interaction is phase one. Online classes is like phase one point something. I don't know, like subcategory. Then the next one is like meeting offline in like little cafes, libraries, different places around the world. And then phase three is actually building, getting into commercial development, taking the funds that have been raised and so recycled within these communities to actually start building something so people can have have some stake within the community for retirement, for vacations, for investments. Like I look forward to opening up my personal resources and creating opportunities, partnerships, and employment for so many people. And I'm hoping that God's misfits feel at home here. That was the original plan. Like people that know God, they may not go to church, but they know God. They know that there's been something wild that happened in their life, and it wasn't for God, that they wouldn't be here, but for whatever reason, they still feel outcast by the world. And it's like, come on home, baby. Fuck them people. This is not net. This is not church. We believe in God, but it's like I just at the end of the day believe in being a good person and speaking life into people the way that I would want somebody to speak life into me. And whether I am at point A, at the start line, at the finish line, or in the middle, I'm going to be a good person because God made me a good person. It shouldn't matter what you have or what you're going through for you to actually be you. And so that's the thing that I believe can't be taught about authenticity. That's just that is a moral compass thing, and it comes with the part of having a good character. And the thing is, if you don't have it, it's okay. Make up today to not be an asshole, and you too could be a good person. Like doing good things don't make you a good person. Being a good person makes you a good person. So you can't like buy your way into, you know, authenticity, or um you can't buy your way into saying like, "Oh, I'm kind." Like, no, just be nice all the time to everybody because you just never know. And I'm not saying you can't be honest because I understand that I'm like pretty direct. So it's a fine line there. I'm not here to judge nobody, but at the end of the day, talk to people how you want somebody to talk to you. One lesson God has been teaching me recently that surprised you. I thought I had patience until recently, and so He has been teaching me patience. I don't say He with God. Let me not. Let me not even start playing. Let me not even. If we're all built in God's image, I cannot mentally say He because then it reduces what it means to be omnipresent. If He's in a dog, if He's in me, like if He's in all the living, I can't say He. I'm sorry. So God, God has been teaching me to just like slow down and trust myself more and understand that we were not meant to hustle all the fucking time. We were meant to like calm down, slow down, breathe, clean, think, dream. So many I didn't know that so many adults didn't dream, and that really kind of broke my heart. And so I am praying that these creative classes, which I'll be sharing within the next couple of days, um, get people to thinking and dreaming about themselves again. Because if nobody else, you got to be your own biggest fan, and that was something else I learned recently. Okay, so if someone is watching this while they're rebuilding their own life, what do you hope they take away from your journey? Don't give up. Before I left America, it got really mentally dark for me. I was going through depression, and it scared me because I started having thoughts like I don't want to be here, and that's not how I talk. I never say stuff like that. I was like, wait a minute, like I had to check myself. Like that's not my thought. And based off stuff that I've heard on the internet, it really wasn't my thought. I know it wasn't. But when you start saying it, and the truth is, I meant what I meant in the full statement was I don't want to be around these people. I don't want to be in this environment. I don't want to be here based on location. But just the fact of saying I don't want to be here, I didn't want God to think that I was being ungrateful and was ready to die because, baby, I am not. I need to let my children know that shoot for the stars as possible. And so I'm putting myself out here, telling all my embarrassing business so that my kids know that if they ever come to a block in the road, that they are not to give up. They are to lean into it and let the story unfold however it's going to unfold because I'm my own brand. And my children, they are not me. They are a part of essence, like that they are created within my essence, but they're their own brands. And so I never want them to give up on themselves. So this, and for anybody that's watching and rebuilding, this is a living testimony of saying, God didn't give up on you. You don't give up on you. I don't really know any other way to say that. What are the most what are you most excited to document over the next year? More travel. I sat still for 3 years, which is like the longest I ever like sat still in America consistently. consistently in a long time. And I realized that the people that I know in America are just freaking mean, a-holes, including including the ones that I created, And maybe it could be a mirror, and I could have something to do with that. So I'll do my part in correcting myself. But I'm excited about traveling. I'm excited about conversations with strangers. I'm excited to catch up with people that I once knew a long time ago that they're still around and we hadn't quite talked in a minute. So I look forward to my catching up with case sessions of people that I've worked with in the past in particular. I'm looking forward to seeing what opportunities come from putting myself out here because the goal for me is to attract international luxury brands. I saw an opportunity about 3 years ago that it was like a grant opportunity where they're like, "Oh, we'll give you 100,000 if you can create a solution that fix more than one disenfranchised community's problem." And I'm like, oh, I think global. So the way that I look at it, and because of the amount of foreign friends and connections I have, I think about the things that people um, are going through in their countries, not just my own. And I just think of like, what are some key factors that could help people help themselves no matter where they are in the world? And so I also feel that's why my spirit was also called to Asia, not just to be in a safe place to process forgiveness, but how do I actually be the proof of what I say in another country? Because, and I've done it in Nigeria before, but not quite at this capacity. That was a 1 month term and event, and then I knew I was going back home. In this situation, I left home with this much money, and I didn't. I thought I'd be. I thought I'd be back home by now. Honestly, yet I'm still here. I'm still rebuilding, and opportunities are slowly becoming like coming my way again, and I've been invited to some really amazing like wholesale. I don't know if they're wholesale or I don't know. It's events that I couldn't imagine, like very luxury, like luxury jewelry, luxury furniture, like very exclusive events that will be like that will make me really a great contact to have for investors, especially with me living so close to China. Most of the events that I look forward to the events that I look forward to going to are like in Chiang Mai, not Chiang Mai, Chiang Mai, and I think there might be like one in Hong Kong later this year. So I'm like really excited about that and the opportunity for whatever I can record and share with either publicly or within the community. When people come back to this playlist a year from now, what transformation do you hope they'll see, not just in you but in themselves? That you can start from nothing. I had 532 baht cash today, and I pretty much spent all but like 10 baht. Tomorrow is a new day. I'm gonna get on here. I'm gonna sell some ebooks. I am blessed no matter what. Like, it felt so good to sell books and pay my own bills yesterday or this morning or whenever that was, because I had to ask for help the month before, and that wasn't easy. That wasn't easy, but I did it, and I'm grateful that I was able to receive the help. But I was like, I had a greater sense of pride for self when today came and I was able to pay my bills from the money I earned from the books that I sold. I know I have volunteer event coming up that I want to participate in Bangkok this upcoming weekend. So I'm gonna go up to Bangkok and get some footage and see what I can take pictures of for that I can share here. Because I work with children a lot, so sometimes you can't like actually film what's going on, but they may do like a before and after or a group pic or something like that. So I'll share what I can, but I actually have been doing. I'm in the house most days, but when I get out, and it's nice. And it ain't always the right price, but sometimes it is. And so I just look forward to sharing all of that. Like I want to show people that it's okay to pamper yourself. It's okay to be responsible. It's okay to not do anything some days. It's okay to have to start over. It's okay to like, I know you think you got it in your head, but baby, write it down. It's okay to change your mind about the direction you wanted to go in, because you may have thought, society may have taught you that this is what success looked like, but in your heart this is what makes you fulfilled, so now you want to go this way. It's okay to start over. Like, I wish somebody would have told me that a lot sooner. It's okay if you fail and now you have to get back up. I wish somebody would have told me that a lot sooner. You don't have to have the perfect lighting, the perfect camera to like start. You just have to be consistent. And so I'm looking forward to showing up on here daily, whatever that may look like, and being consistent. I've already went like longer than I intended to, double the time, but I appreciate it. And if you made it this far, two things: one, like, share, subscribe, and I promise I will get better quality. So when people look at this video a year from now, that's like cringe with this like light and this wallpaper and this vintage. Like, honestly, I'm in a vintage Barbie house right now, so I'm not even gonna. I ain't gonna even do it like that. I'm gonna find the good in everything, and a year from now, I just want to look at this and have other people look at this and be like, "Wow, you came a long way." But baby, my journey started long time before this. This is just this. And thank you for getting here. Buy the book, write a review, receive a affiliate link, and what else? Share this with somebody if it blessed you. Drop me some stuff in the comments. I would like to create content that actually helps somebody. So if it's something you want to like, if you got something you want to like work through, like, what's your goals and what's in the way of it? Let's talk about that.